coolest thing I've ever seen. Explosions everywhere. This is easily 100 times cooler than Armageddon. I swear to God.
Hey guys, welcome to The Worst Movie Ever, where I discuss, if the title isn't obvious enough, the worst movie ever. Roll clip.
Call the police. You'll be arrested too, you asshole. Fuck!
Today I'm discussing the 2007 movie Transformers, directed by Michael Bay, and starring Shia LaBeouf. Some background: I know nothing about these toys. My dad loved the cartoon. He tried to show me the cartoon. I thought it was boring. I'd never seen the original movie, so I'm basically going into this movie blind. I know who Optimus Prime is, and I know who Starscream is because of a Lindsay Ellis video. But other than that, I'm going in pretty much blind. So let's just dive into this fucking thing. Okay, so the movie starts off with military guys driving in a car in the desert.
Un poquito de arroz con habichuela y unos tostoncitos por el
English, please.
English. I mean, how many times we don't speak Spanish?
So right off the bat, we get some casual Michael Bay racism. Won't be the last time we're seeing it.
She has your laugh.
She laughed?
Her first one, yeah.
You sure she didn't just fart?
Shut the fuck up.
So right off the bat, I just need to talk about Michael Bay as a director. Michael Bay, polarizing figure. Some people hate him. Recently, over the upcoming years, people have gone to appreciate him, and I understand why. In this age of boring, concrete-looking superhero movies, it's nice that we have a director with a very stylistic visual flair. And he's kind of become an unsung hero because now his movies are even hard to get financed because they don't even make money. So, people are like, oh, Michael Bay was secretly good. My take is that Michael Bay is definitely a visually very interesting director. My problem is that he doesn't know how to hold back. Every single one of his scenes are these moving camera, epic shot, fantasy things. Even in minimalist talking scenes, they still look crazy. They still have that epic yellow neon print thing over them or whatever. It's too crazy. It's too crazy for me. Like when I'm watching it, my eyes hurt from all of the crazy shit he's doing in this movie. It's not visually appealing to me. It's frankly annoying, and it makes me not want to watch any of his movies ever again. Although I like The Rock. Fun fact: Michael Bay originally turned down directing the film, considering it a stupid toy movie. However, he wanted to work with Steven Spielberg and want to make his first family film of his career, and being a car buff, had an idea of sentient cars that interested him. He later admitted that not being a Transformers fan proved to be a blessing, as it enabled him to introduce the saga to other non-fans. I don't agree with this assessment. It kind of just feels like you're not taking the material seriously, and we can tell. Maybe they should have given this film to someone who actually liked the movies. Alright, so we're introduced to our main character. His name is Sam Witwicky. That's really his last name. And his dad is buying him a new car.
Hey man, she deaf,
Genuinely so sad that this is Bernie Mac's last role while he was alive. That is truly a sad fact to know. Alright, so Sam goes to a party to try and impress a girl, played by Megan Fox, with his new car.
What are you guys doing here?
We're here to climb this tree.
Okay, so big criticism of this movie. Michael Bay hates his main character. Sam Witwicky is this nerdy protagonist who, over the course of the movie, kind of becomes like a hero and stuff. We've seen this in Independence Day. But, you know, mostly, I think the most direct comparison would be Peter Parker as Spider-Man. I just made a Spider-Man video, so maybe he's just really stuck in my head right now. But he's the closest comparison. And when you watch Spider-Man, you see a character who the director can relate to and feels sorry for. And even though, yeah, like, he's a bit antisocial, we can still relate to him. The problem with Michael Bay is that he has a complete and utter contempt for his main character. Sam Witwicky is shown as the most horrible, humiliating light possible.
He's gonna kill me!
It feels like this movie was directed by one of the bullies who were bullying him in the film. And so it makes this impossible, not just in terms of seeing humiliating things done to him, but just seeing him as this weird, incel, over-talking, nerdy loser who never truly redeems himself that makes him interesting to the audience. I'm going to say this comparison, which I thought of, which I love. It's as though Spider-Man was directed by Flash Thompson. Give me an award for the best analogy ever. I just came up with that on the spot. Also, are they driving to heaven? Why are these scenes just washed out white? What, did they take the same car that the girl does at the end of Grease? Where the fuck are they going?
Look, I wouldn't try this on you, you know? 'Cause this is like a romantic thing that I'm not trying to do. You know, not that you're not worthy of trying something like this on. I'm a friend of yours. I'm not a romantic friend. But you know, romantic friends do this. I mean, I'm not that friend. I mean, I could be.
Shut the fuck up!
This effect you see here, it was achieved by detonating an explosive that would be close in proximity and very dangerous to the actors in the scene. So their reactions to this, it's very genuine, very horrifying. Holy shit, Michael Bay, what the fuck?
50 years from now, when you're looking back at your life, don't you want to be able to say you had the guts to get in the car?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, so a lot of shit happens. Basically, Optimus Prime and all the other Transformers come down from space, and they need Sam Witwicky to get these glasses that his father owned to have a special map.
Noises, and we thought maybe.
It doesn't matter what we
you were-
thought. What was that light?
No, what light? There's no light,
light.
Dad. There's no light. You got two lights in your hand.
There was a
That's what the
light
light
coming
is.
from
No, maybe
underneath
it
the
bounced.
door.
Look, you can't just bounce into my room like that. You gotta knock. You gotta communicate.
We
I'm a
knocked for
teenager.
5 minutes.
You didn't knock. You were screaming at me. Okay? This is repression. What you're doing here. You're ruining my youth.
For
Okay?
Pete's sakes, you are so defensive. Were you masturbating?
Shut the fuck up!
You see this? This is like a do whatever I want and get away with it badge.
Right.
I'm gonna lock you up forever.
John Turturro claimed to base his performance on this movie to a Mr. Michael Bay. So that's interesting.
You know those cars my dad used to teach me to fix? Well, they weren't always his.
You stole cars.
Well, we couldn't always afford a babysitter, so sometimes he had to take me along.
She's got her own juvie record to prove it.
You get with handcuffs too now, huh?
How you doing?
You weren't supposed to hear all that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's the point of making Sam this much of an asshole. How are you supposed to like him if he's being such a dick to Michaela here for no fucking reason? Holy shit. This is like, he's being a real fucking dick. Motherfucker. God damn. I don't like him. I do not like this guy. And for the record, nothing in the rest of this film makes me like him. So it's not like they're setting up an arc where you don't like him at the beginning and then you like him at the end. He remains this level of unlikability throughout the whole thing.
Oh, wow. So Freddy Krueger done been up in here or something?
Oh, no, man. Freddy Krueger had 4 blades, man. That's only 3. That's Wolverine.
I feel so bad for these actors who had to say these awful lines. Here's another criticism while we're on this fucking scene. You know this guy and this girl? I haven't brought them up because there's way too many fucking characters in this movie. Ideally, this should have just been about Sam and Bumblebee, and then occasionally we cut to the military guys doing their thing. But we also have this weird subplot with this British girl, and she's like hacking into stuff, and then she asks her friend to hack into stuff as well, and he eats a plate of donuts.
I ate the whole plate.
We don't need this. Cut all of this out. This is so unnecessary to the overall film. It adds nothing. So, if I'm gonna be shitty on this movie, I guess I might as well say a good thing about it. The effects are really fucking good. Like, they're legitimately really amazing. A lot of this has to do with the fact that Michael Bay prioritized using a lot of practical effects where he could, and only using CGI when it was most important, specifically for the Transformers themselves, who still hold up very well in this film. You look at a Marvel movie now, and it looks worse than this film, so props to you, movie. Props to you. You know, when I watch this scene of Optimus Prime and Megatron flying through this building, I think to myself, this could have worked. This movie with this premise could have worked. And I'm not saying like, oh, it should have been more accurate to the comics or the cartoon. What I'm saying is that this story, what they're presenting here, could have been a really good movie. Imagine just a movie of Person and Bumblebee going on a fun adventure, like it's a parallel to E.T. They have to learn more about each other in order to survive, and then they're kind of thrown in the middle of this overarching story between Autobots and Decepticons. Like, there's this bigger war going on, and these smaller characters are stuck in the middle of it. It's really compelling. It's too bad this movie sucks, though.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
I haven't seen the original movie, like I said, but I can tell that this line does not at all match the meaning or complexity that it did in the children's cartoon movie.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
So, here's a big problem with this movie. It's fucking long. Alright, you think about the plot is, you think about what the genre is, the fact that Michael Bay called this a family film, and we have to realize the fact that this movie should be 90 minutes, and it's 2.5 hours. No reason that this movie should be as long as it is. That's fucking insane, and by the end of it, you are so fucking bored, you can't even give a shit when cool things might happen, which they really don't anyway. So, Shia puts this cube into Megatron's chest. They win. The end. And that's the movie. Overall thoughts. Not good. As a first-time viewer of Transformers, this does not do a good job at introducing you to the world of them at all. It just makes you wish you were doing anything else. Where does this rank in my worst movies ever? Well, it's worse than Scream 3. So it is officially the worst movie ever on this tier list. And Scream 3 is the best movie ever on this tier list. What should I cover next time? You guys decide. Video's over. Hey, do you like that video? Have you ever considered giving me money? Because I love money. And I don't have any money. You might have money, and you might think you want to give me money. Well, good news for you, pal. I got a Patreon. And there, you can donate to me, get behind-the-scenes content. We can chat in posts that you comment there and stuff. I can put polls on what movies I should cover. And you can give me money, which is the most important part. And if you don't want to give me money, doesn't really matter. That's cool too. Just subscribe, like the content. That's good enough. Thank you guys so much. I guess that's it. That's all you need.